Hi, I'm Liz Conway, and I'm here with Dustin Lee from Cleveland for our Northeast Ohio Filmmaker Spotlight. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So Dustin is the writer and director of a new short film series that is releasing right now called Even Fall. So we're going to talk about that, but first I want to get to know Dustin a little bit. So tell me about yourself. You said you're from Cleveland. Tell me about your filmmaking background here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, so I've been making films here in Ohio for probably half my life now. They started off small, doing like home movies with my family, and then eventually started roping my friends into it. Started getting a little bit bigger at it, all along, and found some success getting into a couple of festivals about 10, 12 years ago, and started to get some recognition locally. I've participated in several Cleveland 48-hour film projects. Our team, we call ourselves Maple Films. We've won a number of best film awards at the 48-hour film project, and it's just been a great ride. The filmmaking scene here is great, like tons of talent in front of and behind the camera, and I've been lucky to have been able to work with people on both sides of the camera.
Wonderful. So tell me about Even Fall. I watched the first episode, so I've got a little taste of it, but it's a post-apocalyptic world that you've created. So tell me about your inspiration and what you started into this project.
Yeah, so like most people in 2020, especially when the pandemic started, I was not making much, but I had a lot of ideas bouncing around in my head and thought, well, what happens if 2020 just kept being 2020 for another 50 years? What kind of world would that look like if I were to write a script for that? So I started writing what I thought was just going to be a single story, like a 10, 15-minute script. Ended up turning into this multi-part short film series, basically. So we're about halfway through the run of the series so far. There's 3 episodes or chapters that are online, free to watch on YouTube, and we still have another 3 left to release this year. So by the end of this year, maybe like October-ish, the whole series will be available to watch on YouTube.
Awesome. So you started shooting it October of 2020. Can you tell me a little bit about what that process was like, shooting during COVID, and then,
Right.
trying to make something probably on a small budget and with a small amount of people?
Yeah. So we're not like a large union-sized, production house or anything. Like, we don't have those kind of resources. So it's all, just local film friends. Sometimes family members helping out just on weekends when we can. Most of us have day jobs and families and stuff to consider. So it's, all right, let's schedule everything for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of shoot. At the beginning, for the first episode especially, this was September, October of 2020, and we were very cognizant that, we needed to film this as safely as possible. We did almost the entire shoot outdoors. Socially distanced, all the safety considerations, and we made it work. And we've tried to do that every time since then as well. So it's definitely been a challenge. It's not what we're used to. Of course, the world has changed pretty much everything, like in terms of COVID and like how we make things now. But it's been really a blessing, I think, to have found a core group of actors, actresses, and people on crew that are willing to give their time whenever we do these shoots. And again, like, they're just on weekends whenever we can find the time for it.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the locations you were able to find? Were they all here in Northeast Ohio?
Yeah, to date, everything's been shot here in Northeast Ohio. A lot of it, locations I've just had in my back pocket, like having, driven around and be like, hey, that building looks like it would be a good post-apocalyptic location. Some other things that I can't specifically find, like I've gone through the Cleveland Film Commission for Mike Wendt. I'll give him a call out. Has been super helpful with like just getting back to me and say, oh, hey, you need this. Like, you look here and you'll find what you're looking for. And a ton of great opportunities for locations in the Cleveland area. I mean, that's part of why it's, I think, a great place to shoot. because you can find almost anything. Like you can drive 20 minutes and you'll be, in the middle of like farmland, or you'll be like in a national park. And we have a lakefront right here, and then there's newer buildings, older buildings. Like there's a great mixture. So like for anything, like not just for Evenfall, but like for anything that I've filmed, like the locations here are great.
Yeah, that's you can tell right away from even just watching the trailer. Like it looks really cool, but it does you feel like you're in Ohio. Like it makes it look really beautiful.
Yeah.
So what is next? You said 3 of the 6 episode chapters are released. So what can we look forward to?
So far, at this point, like half of the story's been told. And at some point, like we were just talking about locations, at some point I know that I'm gonna have to move some of the filming outside of Ohio, because the characters are on this journey and they're traveling westward. And the farther west you go, the less like Ohio it's going to start to look, which means that we can't stay here forever. So I do have a plan to eventually go out farther west with some of the actors and get some exterior shots that look nothing like Ohio. But that's still a ways down the line. But we do have the chapter 4 is finished filming. We're just currently editing it right now, and that'll be out March 20th. Is the plan for that. And then the other 2, I'm thinking of a release around July for chapter 5, and then maybe September, October for the last one. So, but I haven't even like thought about that yet.
And do you have any like long-term plans for, like you said, they're on YouTube right now. Do you think we'll be able to see them, on our TVs anywhere else, or in any film festivals, anything like that you can look forward to?
Yeah. So. Right now, I've started submitting our second chapter of Evenfall. It's like a prologue chapter. It takes place before the first episode starts. So you could kind of watch that on its own, and it'd still be a good intro to the story. And I thought it would be fun to submit that to a few festivals. We've been accepted so far into the Short Sweet Film Festival here in Cleveland. And fingers crossed we'll get into a few more. As far as the rest of them, like I'll probably still just stick to the YouTube release schedule, and then once that's completely run its course by the end of this year, I do want to try editing everything into a feature and see if it cuts together well. Like it is a very episodic format, but I feel like it could still maybe work as a feature. We'll see.
Awesome. Great. Well, Dustin, thank you so much for being here. If you could share with us where we can find your short film series, Evenfall, and thank you again for being here.
Yeah, sure. So anyone can catch Evenfall on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/maplefilms. You can also follow Maple Films on our Facebook page for updates, and that's it. It's YouTube and Facebook for us, and everything right now is available for free. I want to make it as accessible to people as possible. It's just something that like we've spent so much time on, and I want to just give it back and let people watch it for free.
Awesome. We love that. Thank you for being here, Dustin. Go check out Evenfall on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for being here.